Why is it battle styles is being so overlooked right now? This week marks the release of the latest Pokemon trading card game set, Battle Styles. It is the first set to contain the legendary Pokemon Urshifa. It is a set that is aimed mostly at the competitive player as opposed to the casual collector. Battle Styles' big day has been completely overshadowed by what many people are referring to as one of the greatest sets in the history of Pokemon trading card game, if not the greatest set in the history of Pokemon trading card game. That can only be one set, and that set is Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates is a 163 card set, originally released on the 23rd of August 2019. Within those 163 cards, there is a Shiny Vault subset of 94 cards. 84 of those 94 are Shiny Pokemon, the remaining 10 are a mixture of Stadiums and Trainer cards. When you think about the longevity of Pokemon, when you think about how it is managed to sustain such a prolonged period of time, over 25 years this year, you really have to look at those original 150 Pokemon, because if they had not been influential, if people did not remember them, Pokemon wouldn't be where it is today. For example, Pikachu, if not the most iconic Pokemon, number 25 on the original Pokedex. You don't have to know what Pokemon is or does to know what a Pikachu is. You don't need to know anything about Pokemon to recognise Pikachu. That's just how it is. Only a few days ago, on a trip to the local post office to post a couple of cards off, the woman behind the counter instantaneously made a Pikachu impression after she's seen my Pikachu jumper. I'm not going to pretend or, attempt to mimic her impression. It was what it was. I'm not going to say any more on that. But, she didn't necessarily know the ins and outs of Pokemon. She knew what Pikachu was. It's just such an iconic character. Another one, if we have a look at Charmander, for example, number 4 on the original Pokedex. Charmander was one of the starters in the original Pokemon video games. His evolution, Charmeleon, another well-known Pokemon. His second evolution, Charizard, possibly, again, one of the most iconic Pokemon. When it comes to the trading card game, it's the Charizard cards that are up there with the most valuable. If you've ever watched one of my previous videos, and if you haven't, I would encourage you to, finish this one first and go back and watch those. However, if you haven't seen one of my previous videos, or if you have seen one of my previous videos, more to the point, you will have heard me use the expression chasing the dragon. Charizard is where this expression came from. It is the Charizard cards from the base set that have really kept this thing going. They might not be the most valuable cards. I believe it's the Illustrator promo card that might be the most valuable. However, it's the Charizard cards that everyone relates to. It's the Charizards that everyone remembers either getting as a kid, trying to get hold of as a kid. The Charizard card is an icon. It really is an icon. A PSA 10 grade the Charizard would set you back in excess of $150,000. A 6-figure amount for a piece of cardboard that is manufactured just like the rest of them. Let's put that in a perspective here. 6 figures for a piece of cardboard with a little foil on it because it has a picture of a Charizard. That's what it comes down to. Charizard is one of the most iconic Pokemon. Another Pokemon from the original 150 that remains iconic to this day is Eevee, number 133 on the original Pokedex. A Pokemon that is recreated very often and is subject to a lot of fan art. So much so that Pokemon went ahead and actually created a video game with Eevee as the main Pokemon, or the starting Pokemon, back in 2018. Mewtwo, one of the first legendary Pokemons, number 150. Again, such an iconic character. I can remember, traveling through that cave in Pokemon Red, trying to get to the Mewtwo battle at the end, not having a Master Ball in hand because I'd wasted that in the arena earlier in the game as a kid. I had no idea how difficult Mewtwo was to catch. All of those Pokemon that I've mentioned there have been recreated in shiny form, and they're all included within the Hidden Fates subset. If there was no original attachment to these Pokemon, there's absolute zero doubt in my mind Pokemon would not still be around today. Hidden Fates wouldn't be a thing, probably, if it wasn't for these iconic characters, remaining with us through the years. Hidden Fates boasts some pretty high pack odds compared to other sets. The odds suggest that around 1 in 2 packs should be enough to get something from the Shiny Vault, any of the 94 cards available from the Shiny Vault. Compare this to the latest set, Battle Styles. You're looking about 1 in 6 packets to get something better than either a holo or a reverse holo. If you were to offer me 1 pack of Hidden Fates, or 6 packets of Battle Styles, I would have zero hesitation in picking the Hidden Fates pack over those 6 Battle Styles, without a shadow of a doubt. Over the past couple of weeks, a similar situation has kind of occurred with Shining Fates and Battle Styles as well. A lot of people opening Shining Fates products, getting a hold of some early Battle Styles and straight away noticing that the pack rate, the pull rate, is nowhere near as good. They're like, what's going on here? If they've done this on purpose? It's kind of, that's the effect of holiday sets, they kind of lure you in, they give you these impressions of what your chances or odds actually are. And then the next time, like a standard set comes along, the reality hits that, this is the nature of it. The pull rates are never normally this good. Going back to the past couple of weeks where we've opened the Shine Fates Elite Trainer box on the channel, we've opened almost a booster box worth of Battle Styles. The evidence is there to see for yourself. If you don't believe me, watch those videos and that'll tell the full picture. The odds are clear. It's a very stark contrast between Battle Styles and the holiday sets. So we've discussed what influential Pokemon are contained within the set. We've discussed the high pull rate of the packs of Hidden Fates themselves. But what value do the actual cards hold? It's all well saying that, yeah, you're going to get something good in 1 out of 2 packs, but if those cards are worthless, then, what is the actual point of this? For this example, we're going to be looking at the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box. This product retails at $52.50. If you can pick that up for that price right now, I suggest you do so. I suggest you clear the shelf. You know what? Nah, maybe save some for other people. That's not fair. Don't clear the shelf. But yeah, I highly suggest if you can pick this up for $52.50, do it. Do it in a heartbeat. Anything for me up to £75 on this is a win. Will you make your money back on your £75? Probably not. But for this product in the long term, there's only one way in my eyes it can go. So inside the Elite Trainer box, we have a promo card which features the 3 legendary birds from Gen 1. It is in stained glass art form, and as far as promotional cards go, as far as, collectible cards go, I honestly cannot remember seeing something as unique as this. Like, it is just an absolutely fantastic artwork. It looks amazing. I really love the design of this card. Like, it's just exceptional. So a couple of weeks ago, I sold a copy of that card for £63. That was from an original Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box from back in the end of 2019. Still, in its seal. £63 I sold that for. If you were to go onto eBay, if you went onto the websites today and you tried to get one of those cards, that card is going towards the 20s now. That has dropped over 66% of its price within the space of, literally a couple of weeks actually, since this product has came out. It's important to stress that it's not like this was, a rug pulled from under anyone's feet. We were well aware this product was coming. It was only a matter of time before it came. So, you know, if you're in the position that you went out and you bought this promo card, say 3 weeks ago at the higher price point, I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know, it's a bad investment, that it was a bad thing to do. I think that £20, or, you know, the prices that we're currently seeing for this card are extremely low. Like, they're a lot lower than where I value this card at, or, you know, in the long term, I would project or consider this card to be. I can only base this on my past experience in Pokemon trading card game. I can only base this upon trends, upon information, upon cards that I've seen happen before. You know, prices that crashed and come back up again. I can only base my thoughts, my feelings, my information upon that. This is not a £20 card. I'm not suggesting you go out, you take every penny out your bank account and you buy a lot of them. You know, I think that'd be a really foolish thing to do. But, you know, if you're kind of looking at investing, which is a word that, you know, we'll come back to a little bit later on, this to me is an investment. At £20-25, that is a solid card. There will come a point where the supply is low on this thing. You know, people will want it. People don't necessarily want it, or not enough people, more to the point, want it right now. More people have it than the demands of it. As soon as that's flipped, and as soon as the supply is low and the demand is high, that's when this card comes into its own. You know, that's from a monetary perspective. I think from a collector's perspective, it's just a freaking awesome card to have. I really do. I think it's just such a unique artwork. Like, I as far as promos go, from Elite Trainer boxes, in my eyes, this is one of the best ones yet. At this point, you know, I'm going to touch on something that might be an unpopular subject. There's people that doubt this will happen. I, again, can only base my information upon what's came before, what, you know, the experiences I've lived through, you know, and the, you know, the information that I've kind of taken from it over the past few years. I strongly believe this is not the last we've seen of Hidden Fates, by any stretch of the imagination. I think it will be reprinted again. The Elite Trainer box, absolutely. I believe strongly it will be reprinted again. Will it happen, you know, overnight? As a, you know, all of a sudden, are we going to wake up next month and we've got, you know, you walk into every other store and absolutely not. That's not going to happen. Anytime this product hits the market, or it doesn't even really hit the market, to be honest with you, it just kind of, you know, it sells out instantly. The demand for this product to this point has been so great that going forward, I have no worries for this set. You know, I don't have any worries for the value of the cards. I don't have any worries about the value of the promo card. Yes, I believe Hidden Face will be reprinted. That doesn't mean you should sell every Hidden Face card that you own. That doesn't mean you should stop collecting Hidden Face. That's just, in my eyes, the reality of it. There will be another Hidden Fates reprint, and when that happens, we're going to see the exact same thing that we're seeing right now. By that point, you know, you're probably looking at about 200 quid in an Elite Trainer box. That's what happened last time. That was kind of the prices we were looking at last year, you know, for these things. We could start crawling back up there. We could, you know, before we get the reprint, we could almost be at a position that we were before, where, you know, the prices quadruple what it is at retail. And then it'll come crashing down. That's the reality of it. Whenever there's more stock, whenever there's more supply, the price plummets. You know, it happens. Over the next couple of weeks, if you're really wanting to get on the Hidden Face bandwagon, if you want to start collecting Hidden Face, if it's a set that interests you, this is a very good opportunity to get cards at a price that they won't be at for very long. You know, I can't give you an accurate time on how long this supply is going to take to dry out, and if I could do that, you know, I'd probably be a very popular YouTuber beyond the 153 subscribers I currently have. However, I do love you guys, so please don't leave me. 24 out of the 94 cards in Shiny Vault are currently listed on TCG Player as having a value above $30. That's over half of the £60 price tag that, you know, I would slap on these things. 65, 70 is probably more realistic, but for the sake of this, we'll go with 60. If you add the promo card into the mix, again, going for about £20-25 right now, you know, you're pretty much there over the course of 2 cards. If you can land one of those 24 cards that are worth that price point from the Shiny Vault, you know, you're pretty much covered your box, essentially. And that's in today's figures. That's on prices based on right now. When the supply's pretty high, you know, there's lots of people listing. So, you know, if you're kind of looking down the road on this thing, you're looking quite comfortable, to be honest with you. By far, the most expensive card in the Hidden Fates set is the Charizard GX, the Shiny Charizard GX card. At the time of, you know, doing this video, listings were selling for around £400 to £500 on this card. I fully expect this price to drop a little bit over the next few weeks. You know, there will be more supply out there. I've already seen numerous ones, you know, pulled out of these boxes by friends. I can't suggest for a second that the pull rate on these has been lowered at all. That I don't believe that. But there will be more out there, more importantly. And as a result of that, the price will reflect that. The price will come down ever so slightly. If you're looking to buy a Shiny Charizard GX, I wouldn't do it today. I would watch the price of that card over the next couple of weeks and, you know, kind of judge your time on it, you know, see what's happening. Is it going up? Is it going down? And, you know, pick your moment. You know, you could save yourself a few quid there if you just kind of follow the price for a little while and see what's happening with it. So the second most valuable card in the Shiny Vault subset is the Umbreon Gx. Again, time of doing this video, we're looking at about £100, just over £100 on that card, which is, you know, crazy. I would expect to fall off on this again. You know, watch that price over the next couple of weeks. You can get that down a little bit without a shadow of a doubt. I'd be very surprised if it goes up at this point until the supply dries out at the very, very least. There are some very cheap Shiny Vault cards as well that are available, and for me, this is more where my interest lies, to be honest with you. The higher end cards, you know, that takes up a lot of real estate. That takes up a lot of finances. And it's a bigger risk. If you look at kind of the smaller priced cards and you're looking to invest, and again, we'll come back to this invest term soon, but if you're looking to invest in cards, I would strongly advise to look at, you know, the cheaper cards, the other end of the scale. Everyone's chasing the Charizard, chasing the dragon. You know, we said it before, chasing the dragon. Everyone's chasing the Charizard. Don't chase the dragon. Whatever you do not chase the dragon. Look for the cheaper alternatives. Look for the cards no one else wants to buy, because that is where you can have some success. All it takes is, as we've seen, you know, in Pokemon throughout, all it takes is one content creator, one video to come out, and then the price of a card can spike. The little bit of information I'd like to give you is ask yourself why. Whenever you watch a video, whenever you hear information, why is that person telling you that information? What advantage is it to them? The reason I'm telling you this information is to hopefully boost that subscriber count. The reason, you know, someone else is telling you to go and buy a $20 card when, you know, the latest sell-ins are $15 or $10 on eBay, their intentions could be completely different. I don't know. I'm not going to suggest anything. Always ask yourself why someone might suggest that you buy a certain thing, or, you know, you invest in a certain. What interest is it to them to suggest that to you? Right, future projections, investing. Here we go. Everyone loves an investment. It doesn't make sense to me why this would be the final print of Hidden Fates. No, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We've already been told by Pokemon that they are aware of the short supplies of product. So for them to, you know, release that statement, for them to acknowledge the issues that are apparent in today's, you know, market of Pokemon trading cards, and then to take this set, in my eyes, one of the greatest sets of all time, and cut it off completely and decide, you know what, we're never releasing this set again. This is the end of Hidden Fates. You can decide. You know, it's up to you. What do you think? You know, do you think that it's unrealistic for them to print Hidden Fates again? Do you think that it is more than likely they'll print Hidden Fates again? I think you can kind of judge your own opinion on that. I could be wrong here. They could, stop all printing. We'll never see Hidden Fates ever again. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But the long-term projections for this product, is it the new base set? The thing about base set, and a lot of people forget this, is that it took 20 years to become a 7-figure box of cards. Even maybe 10 years ago, you could pick one up for maybe about 600-700 quid. It wasn't that expensive in comparison to what it is today. It really is over the past couple of years that it's taken off, especially with the hype, especially with everyone being stuck at home, the nostalgia factor, fellow YouTubers and content creators. That is what's caused base set to skyrocket to the prices you see today. If you're looking at this as the next base set, I've got a little news for you. This is not base set. There's no guarantee that in 20 years time what has happened this time will happen then. No guarantee whatsoever. If you're, considering holding on to this product and thinking, maybe it'll go up a little bit. Maybe in the future, I will actually be able to get a little bit out of this. I think you're onto something there. I think this will go up in value. Every Pokemon product has. If you look at the history of sealed Pokemon product, it's all went up. Steam Siege, a set no one wanted. People would laugh at Steam Siege. I bought 2 Steam Siege booster boxes after a break from Pokemon. When I came back into it, I didn't really realise how much hate there was for the set at the time. And I picked them up relatively cheaply. Very cheap. Maybe about £70 max, I'd say, that I paid for those booster boxes. If you looked at the price of Steam Siege now, you get a bit of a shock. Even Steam Siege has went up. That says it all. Pokemon trading cards as a sealed product or a safe investment in my eyes. It just so happens that this product, the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box, is an even safer investment, and I feel like that there's the potential there to make more of a return over a long period of time. Quick roundup here. So, if I was to give you my thoughts on this set and what I would suggest going forward, I think this is a great set. I think this is one of the best sets in the history of Pokemon. I wouldn't place all your eggs in one basket. I wouldn't go out and spend your life savings on this set, because the truth is we don't know what's around the corner. But as far as collectability goes, as far as, the cards themselves, I think it's up there with the best. I actually think it's better than base set. But in saying that, I'm not a huge fan of base set. I prefer Jungle. However, I do believe it is better than base set as a pure collectible. Take the monetary value aside, take the amounts of money aside, as a pure collectible with the artwork and things like that, I much prefer it over the base set. So guys, let me know your thoughts below. Do you think Hidden Fates is up there with the best of them? Do you agree that it's completely overshadowed Battle Styles? Or are you still excited for Battle Styles, regardless of the hype around Hidden Fates right now? Whatever your thoughts, please do let me know. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, as always. If you've enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, consider leaving a subscribe. If you've also not seen any Battle Styles opening, have a look at the channel. We've got a couple up there from the last few weeks, and we also have some Hidden Fates as well. Before we go, I just want to make a quick promo at an upcoming event that we'll have going on the channel. I don't want to say too much about it, but the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box that you have seen today will feature in that video, along with a few other bits and pieces. So we'll see what the future brings. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate the support as always. Hopefully, see you again in the next one.